thought I'd do a quick little review of this Startrite bandsaw. It is the 502E. It's a 16 amp 240 volt, quite versatile entry level machine for a professional workshop. I'll spin you around. So this is it. It has you know, what you'd expect, all the basics, the most simplest guide here, which, if I'm honest with you, if I was going to break that down as to a success or a failure, I'd say that guide is a complete failure. All these grub screws and bits come loose with vibration. These wheels are never straight, they're never in line. And then the guides we've got underneath, I don't know if you can see them, they're in there. Like the most difficult thing to adjust, and even when they're adjusted, they're an absolute nightmare. So I would upgrade those if I was using this as an everyday machine. This is just basically a machine we supplement some of our little jobs with. So this is from Scott & Sargent. Unfortunately, I don't really rate Scott & Sargent. They're some good machines, but the guys that work there, and I'm going to be completely honest, when I first approached them for a bandsaw, I was quite a small-time tradesman, but I had some good tools. They didn't know who I was or what I did, and they treated me like I couldn't afford it, basically. So yeah, and then before they even asked me, they riveted this metal plate in just as I was picking the machine up, which I didn't want them to do. But you know, just something little to moan about. But yeah, Scott & Sargent got some good machines, but their pricing is quite high. Some of their iTech machines are quite good. I know Mark Fish down in Peacehaven used an iTech machine of theirs. I think it was just a dedicated thicknesser that he said was okay, but I don't know how it worked out long term. Anyway, it is probably 2 meters high, and it looks to be about 800 millimeters wide, excluding the start-stop switch. So the start-stop switch has a key on it, so I would presume these 240 machines are spec'd out for educational purposes, as you'd probably expect. So having a key in there is just like a shut-off for the school, I would say. Inside, just like any other bandsaw, basically, it's got a rubberized wheel. You have a gauge here for your blade tension, so it tells you inside there whatever your blade thickness is as to what blade tension you need to set it at, which is set by this rotary handle here, which adjusts this spring and this little mechanism which points to where it needs to be. There's micro switch sensors on each of the doors, so the top and bottom doors, which create a shut off on the machine to stop any you know, dangerous operation. So the bottom of the machine is a belt driven motor which drives this first pulley here, and you have two extraction ports down here. So you've got one here which comes round to the back side, which is there. There's an exit. We've put a hose on. We've got a wire piece on here just temporarily. We've only just moved this. And then you have a second one here just below the mouth, which allows for sort of instantaneous removal of chips and dust. But any that do come down with the teeth on the blade end up falling off the edge of the wheel here, and inevitably will go into here. So here's your second micro switch, so your safety cut off for the doors, and there's a bandsaw brush on there to take off any remaining dust that accumulates on the wheel. Underside you have an angle gauge here, which is pretty basic, a bit of an analog setup. So you undo this lever here to undo this fixing screw or machine screw or bolt here, and it allows you to move or tilt the table to the desired angle, and you have a negative setting here and you have a positive setting here, so you can undercut stuff, or you can set it all the way to 45 degrees the other way. It's a cast iron, obviously more than likely Chinese construction, but we've had no issues with it. It's been very good for us so far. A couple of annoying things to do with that is that if it's not pushed all the way in, it does interfere with closing off the door. A little simple twist handle on there, and that's all closed up. So you have a blade guard here which is attached to the main shaft, which allows to adjust the height of the guard, which opens up the blade so you can cut a higher thickness of material. So your maximum height of workpiece realistically is going to be, I don't know, I'd say 245 max, so 245 millimeters, to give you what you want there. And then your throat depth, so that is from this point to this point, your maximum width of cut is going to be around the 465 to 470 mark. Just a little Christmas jobby. Before we broke up, the bandsaw was here. You can see his footprint from when we had the flood, and it created a real bad bottleneck in the workshop right here. So we have moved that. I'll give you a bit of a perspective of what it looks like now. So it looks a lot more open and spacious around there, so we can all get through. And we have moved it right down here behind the spindle, and next to the clamping table and the welding area, so that we can utilise some of the extraction that we've got in currently, and also it's a very low use machine. We don't use it that often, and not for, you know, we've got a nice good Lennox TriMaster blade on there, but we wouldn't be using that a lot for its full potential, basically, so we don't do veneers and stuff. It's on there as a multi-purpose blade, so we can do veneers and bits if we want to. Anyway, so we've moved the bandsaw to there, and today I am just going to rewire it because for some unknown reason, when this wall was built, the cable got routed underneath one of the ceiling rafters, and basically it's goes underneath a rafter and then comes out on this tray. So I need to disconnect all these cables inside here, put it through, then we've got enough slack to, you know, position it anywhere in the whole workshop. So we're going to relocate that plug right down there next to the bandsaw. Right, consumer units in the showroom behind here, believe it or not. Important, make sure you test that the electrics are off. And this is not live. I'll test that against something that I know is live, hopefully, and then we'll make sure it's working. So that's got constant live in there, so you can see it goes red. Right, it's open. Going to check the live. Nothing is live in there except for my torch, obviously. So that's pretty weird. All those lights up there just went off for no reason. Went to the fuse board and the main RCBO had tripped. But I didn't actually do anything, so I don't even know why. But I've turned it back on now. I have routed all the cable down to here, looped this up temporarily before I decide what to do with it. We don't do much here anyway because of the back of the spindle needs access for the belt. So I'm going to put the socket on the back side of this post here. It's hard to do it with two hands, but it's going to go there. We've got another switch on the other side for the spindle, so it makes sense to just put this as a little bank here, and then yeah, we'll get that put on now. I'm only recording this in case I get electrocuted and die, then someone else can upload this video for me, because yeah, I'll be dead. Basically, the lights have gone off again. I think it's something to do with the earth or the negative or some other thing that electricians know about. Hit me up in the comments, guys, because I haven't got a clue. I just took a picture and I'm doing it. That's it at the end. I could well have done something inconceivable, but I don't know. Might die, might not die. Might get the bandsaw working, might not get the bandsaw working. These are the trials and tribulations of me and everyone else out there. Well, I've blatantly forgotten to do something, but that's it, it's going in. See you later. Right, I'll get these front screws on. Hopefully, if they want to play ball. That's going. Do you know what? I don't know why electricians use hand screwdrivers. Let's use impact drivers, eh? Done. God, this is so much quicker. Do you know what? All you electricians out there, get yourself a power driver and do it like that. You know what I mean? Right, we'll plug this in. Alright, she's in, she's on. Shazam. I'm going to go and turn the fuse board on. Let's test it out. Is it going backwards or forwards? Oh la la. Yep, boy. Started. Thanks for watching, guys. Just want to say, please don't forget, if you don't already subscribe to this channel and you're watching the videos, it'd be great if you could give us a thumbs up at the very least, or click the subscribe button. If you do click the subscribe button, I'll be really happy. And also, if you click the alerts button, you'll never have to search for these videos again. They will automatically get notifications to your inbox on YouTube. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.